Hope you must have heard of NDE, near-death experience. People who had an NDE claim to have seen souls weeping and gnashing their teeth, groaning in excruciating pain while they were grilled alive in the eternal fires of hell. These are people who were clinically dead but came back to life after a while. Some even have claimed to see the heavens while they were dead. But for reasons aplenty, they still fail to convince us of heaven and hell. It is this failure to convince the living about the afterlife that would make this parable of the rich man and Lazarus relevant, even till the end of time. Well, I would rather try to convince you of the same with real-life experiences, not with those that are ethereal, but with realities that pervade our lives here on earth, which all of us have inevitably experienced in one form or the other. Poverty and suffering. Poverty, dear brothers and sisters, is deprivation. Being deprived of. Economic poverty is but one face of deprivation. Believe me, I do not intend to mitigate the agony of material poverty. Millions eke out a miserable existence, living under subhuman conditions, with no roof over their head, with no meal to satiate their hunger, with no potable water to quench their thirst, with not enough clothes to cover their nakedness, with no future to look forward to. For them, life is bleak. But bleak are the lives of the rich as well. Why do I say so? A child whose parents are filthy rich but have no time for him is deprived of his childhood. An affluent youngster who loses himself in debauchery, loose living by the way, deprives his father of his good name. A daughter who elopes with her newfound love would deprive her mother of a privilege to bless her daughter before giving her in marriage. A woman who procures abortion deprives an infant of his or her God-given life. A Christian who is blind and deaf to the cries of their brethren deprives not only them, but also God. Because our God is not a God who watches over those who are suffering from above, but suffers along with the suffering. He is a co-sufferer. But that is only one side of the story. Through our indifference, we would also be depriving God of an agent, of an worthy instrument to intervene in the lives of the underprivileged. Yes, God is in need of our hands and our feet to reach out to those most vulnerable in society. To the philosophers, God, who is transcendent and immutable, can never be in need. It's impossible. But our God, who loves to be called Abba, chooses to be in need, wishes to be in need, in solidarity with His children. That's us. To heed to the cries of the needy, dear brothers and sisters, is no more an option, but an obligation. Many of you may disagree with me. At the end of this video, there might still be some who aren't fully convinced of it. But believe me, one day, all of us would definitely be convinced. I sincerely wish and earnestly pray that it won't be that day when we breathe our last. May we not share the same fate of the rich man who realized the truth in his afterlife. The truth will set you free. John 8:32. Yes, the truth will set you free only if you concur with it, if you submit to it, if you live it. May we find the strength to do so in Jesus our Lord. Amen.